Every year it's a labor of love. It's a remarkable organizing effort to get a home to this stage and ready for the 15,000 to 20,000 people that will come through it during the month of May. We pride ourselves on our ability to choose designers who are both quite well established in design and those who are just getting started in the industry. And we often have a really nice mix of those two at Decorator Showcase. There are many designers that you'll speak to who credit Decorator Showcase with their start in the industry.
We started looking at the architecture of this Queen Anne Victorian and thinking, like, there's so many spaces that sort of feel a little church-like, that feel like, you know, that sort of chapel or church architecture. And so we chose the word chapel and this idea of creating a really warm space for gathering. Clearly this space, that was what it should be. When you have a view like you have here and the light coming in, it's a space that you want to spend time in by yourself or with other people. And so we coined it the chapel, and then that sort of led us into the sort of design language that we were using. The color palette, the textures, some of the forms that we used, all lend themselves in a way to this idea of a cool chapel in Italy or something like that. We didn't want to touch on the religious aspect of what chapel means. For us, it was a way to connect this design language to the room. So the blues, the greens, there's an earthy quality to it, a lot of wood, a lot of it's feeling, you know? You're feeling out the space and you're feeling out the design sensibility that you want to bring to it with that little kernel of a concept in your mind as you're going.
I was blessed in the fact that they came to me and asked me to do the kitchen this year. The biggest restraint that we go through is how little time we have to do it. So you have to have reliable subs and people to work with that you trust. And that comes over time of working with these people and that they trust you. I've lived in San Francisco for over 30 years now. So Victorians, Edwardians are all very part of our prowess and part of our design aesthetic 90% of the time. And I love it when we can actually take a home, a Grand Victorian, first time we've done it at Showcase, and bring it back to life. My dad's Dutch and my mom was Scottish, and that influence actually came very subtly to me. I think as I started getting more of my design chops, I was automatically gravitating to my history and my backstory. I think it's a subconscious thing as it starts to play out, but it influences what I do. Typically when I start a design process, I find like the jewel of the room, the thing that makes me get excited. In this case, in the pheasantry, it was the Farmenthal wallpaper, the pheasants coming down the wall, and also the vintage sofa that I picked up in Madrid early in November, which I didn't pick for Showcase. I just found it and was in love with it, so I thought I'd bring it in, and the two just melted perfectly together. I wanted no uppers for this kitchen. I wanted the windows and the light to all bounce off the marble and the cabinetry. And so the hutch becomes my upper cabinets, just like the old English home where you have the hutch holding all your flatware and plates and things.
When I walked the room, this was the room I wanted the most. It had the most beautiful light, it had the most beautiful feeling. And that's always how I approach a project, is wanting to preserve that special feeling that so many homes have. I designed 2 other rooms and something just didn't feel right. So I designed this room in the last 5 days before it was due. I am a more restrained designer. I love pattern, but I also love places where the eyes can rest. And so I wanted to keep, for instance, the fireplace. I have this magnificent fireplace. It's very kind of French feeling to me, and it was beautiful to begin with. It just needed a little touch up, a little makeover, but she was already gorgeous. I set out to really create a space that was tranquil And I do that with every project, is what is that feeling? And usually every home has a room or the entire house that has a special feeling of love or just light. It just makes you feel good, and you always have that responsibility, I think, as a designer to preserve that feeling.
Stephanie's been in business for over 20 years. She's known for her classic layered interiors. She loves to bring the history into the present and, have it feel modern and updated and really tailored to each client and how they live. Her spaces are very functional, extremely beautiful, and she has an incredible mind for architecture. So she really can reimagine a space clearly from a white box to something really magical. Stephanie always had wanted to imagine a space in pink. Two of her dear friends have battled cancer, and so that was really our inspiration for the room. And the pink just felt like something that hadn't really been done before, or she hadn't done before, so it really felt like a jump into something really fun and exciting. And the stained glass did inform much of our design because it was an original detail to the room and to the house. We want people to feel a sense of calm and beauty, but also a little edgy. We have the custom gates that Stephanie designed. She's held on to that design for over 15 years. And we worked with an amazing fabricator out of Marin to bring that vision to life. And so that's kind of the statement piece in the room, other than our embroidered chair, of course. We just want people to come in and feel happy and be excited to be in the space, to feel a sense of calm, but also get a little bit of that edge.
Many people don't know that Decorator Showcase is not just a facade. The work done every year is to code, and everything is done to perfection. And Corston's involvement this year just fits in beautifully with the quality of work we expect at Showcase.
My first time I ever met Corston was at Deco Off. While I was there, I saw this beautiful electrical components and switches and outlets, and I thought those are really fabulous. And then I found out that they were coming to the United States, and I was really excited.
We always envisioned the gates to be this dark bronze, and that's how we chose our Corston finishes as well, just to feel a little bit more traditional. And while they're super clean and modern and updated, the finish really tied into our gates and the other finishes in the room to bring kind of that edge and beauty.
We also wanted to have something that looked a little vintage, that wasn't a brand new, sparkly, sort of switch with a paddle. We wanted something that feels like it could have been here for a long time. And so we like the quality of the little toggle switch very much.
In the bakehouse kitchen, I wanted the plugs to kind of disappear, so they had the clear plates that we could paint so that they blended into the marble.
Because I love the curves. I love that it's a very elevated look. It's not industrial. And it functions beautifully. I love the feel of the knobs, and it just really worked beautifully for my room.
It takes hundreds of volunteers to make an event like this happen. The design community really comes together to support this event in so many different ways, whether it's through sponsorship or participating as a designer in one of the rooms or lending furniture. Galleries loan art. I mean, there's so many different people connected to this event outside of our school community. And then our school community obviously really comes to support it, whether they have kids at the school right now or they're parents of alums or they're alums themselves. I just spoke with someone last night who was a student during the very first showcase and is still attending today.